Hello beautiful people. Have you ever found yourself making changes only when things got really bad? That's the region beta paradox at play. In this video, we're exploring why we often allow situations to reach a boiling point before we take action, and how recognizing this paradox can provide you with the tools to make proactive and positive changes in your life. Let's dive in. So, what is the region beta paradox? The origin of this paradox is from a paper by Daniel Gilbert in 2004. So imagine a situation where you like to get somewhere. Now you make the decision that if it's more than 1 kilometer, you'll take the bike, else you'll just walk over there. Now there will be situations where even though the distance is larger, your time to reach there will be less than the time at a lower distance. So this is the paradox, that even though the situation is worse off, the result is better because you made the decision that around this arbitrary 1 kilometer or 1 mile, wherever it is, that you will take the bike. It's not that below this threshold the bike is not better. Probably the bike is better to be taken even below this threshold. So what this paradox is saying is basically the worst of situation leads to a better result than when the situation is better off, where for example the distance is lower. Even though the distance is lower to be traveled, the higher distance leads to less time taken because of the action that we decided to do on a particular threshold, that is 1 kilometer over here. So in our everyday life, we come across this paradox. For example, at work, maybe the work is just good enough. It's not so bad that you just stay in your current job and you continue as it is. Maybe it's your business, maybe it's what you're studying, or maybe it's your employment. It's just good enough, or it's not so bad that you want to change your situation. Only when it crosses a certain threshold that you actively want to change the situation right now, and till then you don't take any action. So the situation had to get bad enough for you to take the action. So the paradox is that the worst of situation led you to take some action and to improve your situation. So when our situation gets really bad, we often tend to blame whatever it is, our surroundings, ourselves, for the situation we are in. And maybe this bad situation is actually good for you and it led you to take some action to improve your situation and be better. If the situation hadn't gotten this bad, you might have not taken this action at all, and you would continue to be in this it's not so bad situation for a longer time. The example is not just for your employment. Maybe in your relationship with your spouse, with your partner, or even with your friends. If you have just okay friends or not so bad friends, you might continue being friends with them even though they might be a bad influence on you. Once you recognize that your friends are having a really bad impact on you, or your spouse is having a really bad impact on you, and you think about it and then you decide to take some action, actually the worst of situation led you to take the action and improve your situation. So I am guilty of this as well. So when it comes to my health, only when situation get bad enough that I'm inclined to take any action. So I monitor my weight regularly around in every week or so, and only when it reaches some threshold that the alarm bells start ringing for me, and then I start working out, I start looking at what I'm eating, I start looking at taking extra steps, taking the longer route, etc. This is when I take some action. But if the situation is not so bad, it's good enough, maybe around 85 kilo, that's when I start taking some action. If I reach my goal, that is 80 kilo or 78 kilos, I stop taking any actions. I'm like, okay, I have reached my goal. I can relax now. I can eat some snacks. I can have my chocolates, cakes, etc. No need to work out. I can skip workout today, or I can do it tomorrow, or I'll skip workout for the whole weekend, etc. This does happen. So there are pros and cons of this kind of psychology. So when situations are not so bad, they're just good enough, we just continue to be in the situation unless they get really bad. So what we should strive to do is try and identify any situations that we might have in our life where the situation is not so bad that we are not taking any action to improve our situation, and we are waiting for it to get bad enough to take any action. Maybe the action is required to be taken now to improve the situation in the long term. So we need to strategize our life to find out any early warning signs where the situation is starting to get worse off in any field, maybe your relationships, your work, your physical fitness, anything. Like, try to identify any early warning signs and try to improve upon them in an early stage itself. So you have your friends and you start to identify they're just okay, they're not so bad, and maybe they're not the best friends for you, and you need to identify these friends, and maybe you need to find better friends who are aligned with the goals that you want to achieve and who will help you reach there rather than be a detriment to where you want to be. Maybe it's with your partner. If things are not so bad, they're just okay, they're going fine. Maybe the discussion needs to be done with your partner to discuss improving your relationship and not waiting for it to get bad enough that you want to take any action on it. Same goes for health as well, not just you, even me. I should not be waiting for my weight to get too high that I need to take any action. I should be taking actions much before the situation gets really bad. So 2 things to remember over here. Not all bad situations are really bad. Maybe the bad situation is better for you because it led you to take some action at improving your situation as it is. And the other thing is to not wait for things to get bad enough to take any action, but to identify it beforehand itself and to take some actions that improve the situation. Let me know about your thoughts on this, about your experiences in the comment section, about how you can identify any situation like this in your life and where you can take some action to improve it. Or any situation where the thing got so bad enough that it prompted you to take some action and that led it to being better. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.